y'all coming in, family. Make sure you guys get them likes buttons. Hit that like button as you come in.
Hello, 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 hello. How are we all doing today? I hope you guys are having a. Oops, let me. Okay. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday, a great weekend. I was going to say afternoon. I hope you guys are having a great afternoon, a great weekend, a great Sunday, and a great week to come ahead. Why do I feel like speaking Spanish right now? Oh my God. Gracias por venir con nosotros. Gracias por estar aquí conmigo. Vamos a pasar esta noche tan bien ustedes. Yeah, put the subtitles. Hey guys, welcome in. So this topic is going to be mostly for the men. I want to hear from the men on this topic because I have a question. I want to know, why do men cheat? What is the reason? So before we get into the topic, I want to say thank you, Sir Chi, for being here. Hello. Hello, Queen Lala. Nice to see you. She's the security of our little organization that we have going on here. Hi, Larry. Hi, Snuggles. Hey, Brian. Hi, Ozzy. Welcome in. Hi, TC. Hey, girl. So, okay, then, here we are. Let's begin. Hey, Cora. Hi there. Hi, Impressive Vibe. Nice to see you all again. I'm so glad to see that you guys are doing well, and I'm glad that you're here with me. So, let's begin. I want to get, for the calls, anybody who calls in, anyone can call in, but I do want to hear from the men on this topic because this topic is about the men. So yes, he calls me friend. I am early today because why not, right? So here we go. My topic today is, why do men cheat? My first question to you is, what is the main reason why men cheat? What would be the main reason? Because us as ladies, I think we do not think the same as the men. We don't see the world the way that they do, right? So we can see, I think women, because the main reason why women cheat is because of lack of attention, typically lack of um, care from the man, that will make a woman cheat. Or women also cheat for to be vindictive or for revenge. Revenge. If a woman finds out that her husband cheated, she might go out and cheat just to get him back. These kind of things we know. But why is it that people always say that men are the main ones who cheat, and men are the cheaters and women are typically more faithful? What is the reason for them being more available to other women? If they have what they need at home, why would you go outside? Or is it that you don't have what you need at home, so that's why you are fulfilling your needs elsewhere? We all have needs, right? I can understand that. But what makes me curious is because I just wonder, with the men, so many men you see who go and they, maybe they find a younger girl, maybe they find someone who is more available to them, more affectionate, more attentive, more feminine sometimes, because sometimes you marry a woman who's not very feminine. So you're the men tell you guys, tell me if I'm wrong, that I see that men are yearning for that feminine touch, feminine energy, and sometimes they're just not getting it at home. Could be one of those. Or Kevin Samuel says that there's nothing better than new P word. I'm not going to say it, but you guys know. Kevin Samuel said the reason that men cheat is because there's nothing like a new P word. Now, I don't know how true that is. I've heard that it's not true, that, a P word is a P word. Let's just say vagina. A vagina is a vagina. It doesn't matter on who it is. I would tend to disagree because, I don't think that that's right. But this is why I want to hear from the men. Killery cough cough. Not today, guys. Not today. But, Samuel says, sometimes it's just about getting laid. Lepo says boredom. So let me so what is the point of monogamy if monogamy is boring? After a certain amount of time, is it true that you just get bored of the person that you're with, no matter how great they are? So is it that monogamy is not made for us? Maybe humans aren't made to be monogamous. Maybe it's that men are made to have multiple women. Could it be? You guys remember me before. I've always told you, if my husband had a girlfriend, I honestly have fun. Be safe, no babies, no disease. I'm okay. And no drama. Treat the wife well, I'm happy. But I know that a lot of people say, when you do that, you're inviting trouble into your relationship because you're opening a door to something happening. No matter what, in my opinion, the door will be open if the man wants it to be open. It doesn't matter what the woman feels. If she is okay with it or not, it doesn't really matter. Because if the man wants something outside, he will find it. He'll find it. So it doesn't really matter if you're okay with it or not. So I'd rather just accept the fact that I know that men are typically not monogamous. All I can do is be the best that I can be and, do my best to please my man in every way. So what is the main reason? Is there a main reason? One moment. I have to adjust 1 second. Oh, okay. Sorry. So what is the main reason? I'm curious. And this is why I want to hear from the men on this. What is the main reason for this? And why does it hurt so much for women? Because I know us ladies, if we get cheated on, we tend to think that we are not good enough, that maybe he doesn't love us, maybe you feel inadequate, you feel old, you feel maybe bored, like I'm boring to him now, so he goes out to find a new girl. Who knows? And this is why I want to ask the men, because the ladies, I'm sure many ladies ask themselves when this happens to them, like, what did I do wrong? Why am I not enough? What about the women who are sexually active whenever the husband wants them to be? They never say no. They're always available. What will be the reason? Because I know those kind of situations happen where the woman is completely available to the man, but the man will still cheat. So is it really that she's not performing, or is it that the man is looking for something else? I don't know. I'm curious, and I really want to hear from you guys. My next question is the woman responsible? Is the woman responsible for the man cheating? Is it her fault? Because in our culture, like, I don't know, like Americans tend to always put the blame on the man. In our culture, Middle Eastern culture, the blame is mostly put on the woman because the woman is the glue of the family. If the woman can't keep the family together, then there's something wrong with her, because men don't typically leave the woman. Men don't typically leave. We know that. Men will stick it out. Yeah, they'll cheat, but they'll still stay with her. They won't leave, whether it be for the sanctity of marriage, whether it be for the children, whether it be for status and image. There's many reasons why men will not leave, but the majority of the time a man will not leave. And this is why I think women are blamed so much, because if the family does break up, it's typically because the woman wanted it to be so. So what's going on? Oh, she said, dang, this hits hard. Hey, hang in there. Yeah, guys, this is a hard subject. 1 second. I'm sorry, my leg keeps falling asleep. So this is a hard situation, and I know ladies might be uncomfortable with this topic, but I think it's good to talk about it. We need to be open with one another. Let's be honest about life. This is life. This is love and life is all about relationships. Life is not about the money. It's not about what you have, because you're not going to take that with you. It's all about relationships and people. That is what makes life. So, oh, honey, she says, be gentle with us women, Ameera. No, you women will sit here and get this work. I'm just kidding. You will sit here and get this work because we need it. And I don't think there's not that much of an honest conversation about it. I don't believe we speak honestly with one another about the reasons why this happens. And I know there's a lot of feelings involved with this. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of hurt because no one wants to no one wants to feel like the outdated toy. No one wants to feel like the newspaper from yesterday. You guys know the newspaper, when it comes out, that's the most valuable it's ever going to be, because the next day it's worthless. It's just toilet paper at that point. Nobody wants to feel like yesterday's newspaper. So, I cannot get my leg right. Sorry, guys. So this is why I want to hear from you guys. Please help me out here. I want to know. Oh, Brahman says he's also a conqueror. A man. Well, men are conquerors. He feels good knowing that he can have several women. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Honestly, I really don't see anything wrong with that. My view is that men, they need to exercise their what is it? It's a word for it, but I can't think of it right now. Men need to exercise their, hey, Mr. Logic, how are you? Men need to exercise their conquering abilities every now and again, just to let themselves know that they still have it. I believe that. I believe that men, even just for the satisfaction of knowing I can get that girl if I wanted her. I think I don't know. I feel that that's part of it. I do feel like that's part of it. But then again, I'm not a man. That's why I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to tell me what it is. Degeneracy, says Red Wine, is degeneracy. Could it be caused from the culture? Could it be the microwave culture that we live in, because everything is on Instagram and sex is everywhere? You can get it, just walk outside, especially for ladies. All you have to do is go outside and put your thumb up and there's free penis everywhere. That's not, it's not helping. I would say the Instagram culture, the injections, the fake butts, the all of the you guys understand. It's not helping the culture. It's not helping us. Doug says, Black men don't have time to exercise nothing. They have been conquered too long. Oh, please. I'm sorry. I don't know how that has to relate with this. If you're talking about life, I don't know, but we're talking about love, romance, people, relationships. This life, not, yeah. Chili says that boy is lucky. Is he? Here, let me see. My next question to you is this. Is a faithful man just a fantasy? Is it just a fantasy, a dream, a wish? Is it that women want the top percent of men, they want the top 10% of men, and they want them to be faithful, loyal, submissive even. They want them to be emotionally available, have enough free time to give them attention when they need it. All of these things you want in a man. You cannot get everything. You cannot get a man who has lots of money, who is 6 feet tall, who looks great, has a great personality, and faithful. Because that man that you're looking at, who has all of those qualities, he's wanted by every other woman outside. Every other woman outside is looking at him thinking like, yeah, that's a good catch. I would like him too. Thank you, Dale. He says just showing some support. Thank you so much for the Canada dollars. Canada. Chili says it's definitely a conflict of modern times. I see you, Daryl. I'm going to bring you up right now. Red Wine says, who cheated? Who cheated? The man cheated. The man cheated. Down with the man. I'm joking, guys. Mr. Logic says, what's popping, Ameera? Nothing but popcorn over here. Do not hit people. What? Do not hit people? I want to bring in Daryl. Daryl, welcome in. How are you?
I'm doing good, Lady Ameera. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you. What do you have on the subject?
Well, first I want to say thank you for bringing me on. And I'm not sure. I think you're Lebanese. So I'm not going to speak on your culture, but my roommates in East Lansing, Michigan, when I was going to school, they were all Indian, right? And they were Sikh and they were Hindu, so they had some of the same ideologies that a lot of you guys carry in the Middle East, right? One of my best friends, she's from Yemen. I'm not sure if they believe the same thing as you guys believe.
Mm,
But when you said that the women are mostly responsible for when men cheat in your culture, it's the exact opposite in our culture in America. So when men cheat, women are never going to ask, "Are you in pain? Are you happy? Am I doing everything in my role here in the household?" And
mm,
these are things I've heard you speak on plenty of times, not only on your own standalone show, but when you were speaking with Anton and everybody else on
yeah.
the regular Lapeef shows. To answer your question directly, I think that when a man cheats, he is not happy. There's something that he is missing. And I'm gonna tell you myself out of experience. When I cheated in the past, it's because I'm getting a woman wants you to come home after the bills is paid and give her the best sex and everything like that, right? But what if we need mental help, right? What if we need somebody to talk to?
Mm,
In the black community, 80% of all self deletions are black men. So black men walk around with trauma that we really don't get a chance to talk about. And there's a song by a woman named Solange, and I forget the
true.
name of the song. I think it's called Cranes in the Sky. She said she tried to sex it away. She tried to smoke it away. She tried to drink it away, but it never went away. And we have a lot of issues within our relationships, Lady Ameera, that instead of us actually focusing on how to heal ourselves and heal our relationships, we do not work on our mental health. And then we go out, right? And a man can say, "I'm unhappy with my woman. Let me go have sex with another one." Right? I just got out of a public relationship. People was making fun of me and all kind of stuff. The number one advice that people gave me was go lay on top of another woman to forget about her. That's toxic.
I've heard
That's
the same said from women, where women say the way to get over a man is to get under a new one.
How do you feel about that?
I think that's hoe talk. I think that's hoe. That's whore talk, whore speak. I don't understand that language, because to me you're just adding more bodies to your body count. You're adding possible more trauma. Maybe you're getting into something that, and it's really unfair to the man too. If a woman does that, she uses a man to get over her past man. It's unfair to the next man, because maybe the next man actually really wants something with you, and you are just trying to use him to get over something. So yeah, but let me ask you, so do you saying that the main reason why men cheat is because of unhappiness where they are? If they are so unhappy, why wouldn't they find a different way to handle their issues? Why not man up and say, I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that I don't become a a, a guy in the
Yeah, right,
street who's
right.
running around with other women? Do you know what I mean? I don't want to use any words, but why not just man up and say, I'm going to take care of what I need to take care of. And if I want this new girl, I'm going to fix everything. I understand. Now let's use a situation where there's children and a wife at home. Go.
In a situation where you have a child and a wife at home, in my opinion, what you should do is seek counseling. You should talk to a therapist, a marriage counselor. Unfortunately, again, I can only speak for African American families. Most African American men don't make enough money or work at a corporation or a job where they even offer insurance. So most African American families don't have access to healthcare. This is a fact. So if you're looking at the research, a lot
But
of
most, wait, 1 minute, wait a minute. Aren't most black men in the middle class? Don't they make, I think the average is like between 45 and 50, right?
I think these statistics are skewed. If where I live in Detroit, Michigan, right? I think Anton lives there as well in the area. If you actually go house by house, street by street, block by block, and ask them, do you have insurance? When's the last time you talked to a therapist? I think that you yourself would be astonished, right? From
Yeah.
my experiences, the average family doesn't have those things. And to answer your question, if men were connected more to God, a lot of us are not connected in the way that I see that you are connected to your culture and your religion. They are almost one and the same. Whereas black people, as Anton would say, we uplift the worst things in our culture. We uplift city boy behavior and hot girl summer behavior, and like you just said, some kind of whorish behaviors as well.
Ho
Um,
speak. Yeah.
yeah. I don't want to, but yes, we do
Sorry.
that, right? And we teach
Yeah.
young men, you know what? If she don't want to be with you, go give it to another one. Go be with another one. And we have so many people around us giving us toxic advice. Eventually, we're going to listen to these people, right? Eventually, can you hear me still? Eventually, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to one of these trusted individuals and we're going to follow their toxic advice. That's why I think, in my opinion, it's best for people when you find yourself unhappy. What I do is I talk to God, I talk to my pastor now, right? Me and my pastor is almost like best friends. I can call him in the middle of the night and say, what should I do? Because my friends are saying, go have sex with another pretty young girl. And then I'm going to give her trauma. And then it's going to give me secondary trauma from what she's going through. So I think men don't man up because we're not taught to man up. We're not raised, as you know, in two-parent households. Most of us. That's just the facts. I just think that oh,
No, I'm sorry. We had a guest come in. I just want him to give me a wave so I can let him in. That's all. Thank
okay.
you so much, sir.
I just think
Welcome.
that we'd be better off having people that's healthy around us to give us healthy advice, and I think that's one of the major things is we don't have healthy people around us to give us healthy advice, and we make mistakes based on the choices around us and the people around us. That's my opinion.
Thank you so much, Mr. Long. Mr. Williamson, yeah, oh my God, you always have the yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see what you say. Mr. Williamson, what is the main reason why men cheat?
Um, I guess it's man nature to sleep with more women. That's it. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. Don't get me wrong, and that's why a man that develop characters will not cheat. All right, and just like a woman that develop the same thing will be less more inclined to be in her own nature, which is more about getting the best possible out there, right? And a woman that is not in a nature that's managed to control, and normally you can get that through culture, right? If you're in a culture setting, that culture take a little bit out of you from the human, like the man and woman side. So what you get now is more cultural, which is a little more balanced, right? The woman is kind of balanced out a little bit, taking out the most toxic side of our nature out. Same thing with with the man as well. Now the man has been a way to control that is like, okay, if you want that woman, you have to marry her in most culture, right? Like in your own culture, it was that way in Nigerian culture as well, but right now they're going away from that. So if you get a girl pregnant back in the days, that's your wife right there. She have no choice. You should have known better before sleeping with that man because you were acting grown, right? The same thing with the man. You have to take responsibility from both families. They're going to push that, as well as the community is going to push that on you. So it was a way of kind of like, okay, if you're ready to take care of a family, you do not play the grown-up games. So it's in our nature to do that. That's why when you developed a strong characters, and sometimes that is like getting into the religious aspect of things, because religions kind of like control a little more than cultural aspect of things do a little bit. So when you get into those two things, it kind of balance you out. Your nature will start reflecting more of your religion, which is like, okay, family first, take care of your family. But I actually say it's in your culture. It's in your nature as a man to sleep with one more women, and for a woman to be in the best possible position as possible in terms of finances, power, and all that stuff. I hope that wasn't too far out.
It
But yeah.
wasn't too much, but the controversy. It seems like my my husband has joined the chat. I don't know why he's in for this topic, but here we are. Mr. Bruiser,
And
welcome
can
in,
I
Mr.
say something
Bruiser.
regarding Darren Long, what he says about therapy?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm not sure it's the we don't. I don't really think black men choose to go therapy. It's not like they don't have access to it. It's like they have this kind of pride that I'm not taking my issues to any man out there. I am not taking it out to anybody. It's not. It's nobody business. That's the mentality. I don't think it has nothing to do with they can afford it, because there are places that you, if you really want that help, you can get free counseling for free. You
That's
can get
true.
it for free.
That's very much
So
true.
yeah,
Thank
it
you,
has
Mr.
nothing to do.
Williamson.
It's
There are
more
many
like they
resources.
don't want to.
I
Thank
agree
you
with
so
you, sir.
much.
I agree.
Thank you, Mr. Bruiser. How do you say your name?
It's Bruiser. It's just my Instagram name, but my name is
Bruiser.
yeah.
Can I ask what's the reason for that name? Doesn't sound very
Uh,
pleasant.
I'm a basketball player, so play basketball, high school, college, and stuff, and just really
Okay.
physical. So I got the nickname Bruiser because every time I'm there, I'm almost elbowing someone or cheap shotting someone on a mistake, just by the way I move and stuff. So I
Sir, I
just
don't
got
think
it.
that is a part of the game, but okay. What is the main reason why men cheat? Have you cheated? Are you a cheater? What'd you do? Who was it? I'm just kidding.
In the past, I have,
Mm.
and
What's the main reason?
I kind of, I don't want to deviate from the message, but I would say the main reason is it's just in our nature to be with multiple women, and we just have that arousal that's I don't think God gave us ability to turn that off. We have to mentally, like, get, like the brother said, get some type of counseling, or just surround yourself around people who are like-minded, that want to strive and make the best of their marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because you can easily, I mean, I don't care how much you go to church or whatever, you can easily get caught up if you're around the wrong people. You're around the wrong influences, wrong temptation. Uh, but I think it's just in our nature to want to be conquerors, of the world. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I
Our
was
flesh.
thinking.
So, but
That's
I do know there's some reasons. Like, so I have cheated in the past. A couple of relationships I was in. Thank God I'm not doing that no more. I've been able to work on that because I've been able to understand things that caused me to, stray off the road. And those things were, I wasn't committed. You know what I'm saying? First thing when you get in a relationship, a man got to be committed, because obviously society wants you to, society tells you that you have to be with one partner. Most women are not trying to give you those draws unless you show some type of commitment. So
I'm
I don't know
sorry.
if I
Can
can.
you explain? Wait, okay. So you said most women do not want to have intercourse. Is that what you're trying to say? They don't want to have intercourse unless a man
Yeah, from
shows
my
them
experience
commitment.
coming up in dating, most women want to know that they're the only one for you.
Oh,
So they're not gonna go to second base with you unless they kind of feel that way.
right.
So that's why we're going to turn player. So some brothers will become player, or they get in the player mode. In order to get in those draws, you got to kind of play that role until you get what you want. And that's the sad thing, is that's what society is, coining on us. So some brothers are doing that, and they're considered cheaters. But we only really want to have fun. We're really not ready to commit. And I think it's a courage thing inside of us that's keeping us from saying, "Hey, look, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to be in a commitment. I just want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do these things." I don't know if you could say that these days. I think people frown upon that. And even like, if anybody said it to you, like, "Hey, look, I just want to smash," you can't even do that now. Like,
Let me
you
ask
come
you.
off as
You
a
brought up.
jerk, or
You
you
bring
look
up
at
the.
or you look at a woman as a sex object. But that's just what you want for the moment, you know. And
I want to ask you something because you bring up a good point. You're talking about being the fun girl and having the girl be the side piece just for fun and just for extra needs and so on. Let me ask you, is it possible that a man could actually love a side girl and still love his wife? Or,
love aside, well,
yeah,
I think we all have to agree on what love is. You know, I know there's a word definition or a Webster definition, but love is a choice, from my understanding. And you may think otherwise, but I think it's a choice, because
I do
if
too.
hate is a choice, love is a choice.
I do too.
Opposite has to be true.
Mhm.
So I do think it's possible for a man to love his wife and still cheat. If that's what you're asking, I'm not sure that's what you're asking. Or are you asking me, can a man love his wife and also love his side chick?
Right. Can he love both? Because, I see that there's some disagreement in the chat. Some people are saying, no, you can't. It's not possible to love both at the same time. You love one or the other. But
I believe it's possible. If you can love all of your kids, if a man can, if a person can love all 5 of their children, they can love both of their sexual partners or intimate partners. It's
yeah, but
simple as
with
that.
children, I
I
think it's a little bit
disagree.
different with children because with children, you not choose your children. You choose your mate in life. So you can't love one more than the other because they didn't choose to be here. You brought them here. It's different with your mate. You choosing that person to confide in, to give your body to give your emotional vulnerability to. So
So you're saying that a person that has kids can't choose whether or not to love them? I disagree with that. There's abortion these days. There's a neglection. These fathers and parents, and they don't even want to have these kids.
I think you're
So
going a little bit off topic.
okay, I may be. Sorry.
Just a little bit, just a tinge.
Ameera,
Mr. Calloway, please give me a wave if you want to join us in this conversation.
would you mind if I cut in for a second, Ameera?
Sure, Mr. Long.
Thank you. Um, I agree with you, Ameera, on this one. I don't think that, in a community that we have as African Americans, that you can love your wife and your side piece at the same time. Now, Ameera, if you wouldn't mind correcting me, because I'm not well versed in your culture, but there are men who have multiple wives, like King Solomon in the Bible. Am I right about that?
Yes.
In that situation, he actually married both of those women. Those are both his wives. So neither one of them are side pieces. They hold, if not the equal amount of respect from him, but they're still his wife. So I think that in African American culture, it'd be different if we actually married these women, gave the women our last names, put them on our wills, put them on our bank accounts and stuff like that. But if she's just a side piece that you just digging in her guts whenever you get a chance, I wouldn't call that love. I would call that extreme lust. And you actually love your wife. But I don't think that if you're not actually honoring her and you only just having sex with her, how can that be love?
Okay, so she did. Okay, so let's be clear. I don't think she detailed what you would be doing with this side piece. Uh, I've had a side piece before, or I didn't really call it a side piece because back then, whenever I was doing it, it wasn't labeled that. But if you have a girlfriend on the side, there's more. I think there's obviously you would do more. So if you're just having sex, then that's obviously you can't love somebody you're only having sex with. But what if you're going out on dates with this girl? What if you're spending time? You're emotionally connected on the side. I think it's a possibility for that. That's why people have affairs and actually leave their wives. I think it's just a matter of who you love more. If you
But
love your wife more, chances are you're going to stay married to your wife and you're not going to leave her for your side chick. But if you love your side chick more, I mean, you can love them both. I think it's just a measurement thing. I think it's a scale that causes you to either stay or leave.
I
Well,
think
I
we are
mean, there's a lot of
confusing the.
situations where people don't leave, but I mean, I'll give you an example. Let's say that there's more involved. Let's say that there's, like in our culture, it's like the family is the most important thing in the world. You know, if you have children, you sacrifice your happiness for the sake of the children, you know. So in that kind of situation where you're married, but you're not going to put at risk the future of your children's mental stability because you are not happy with your wife. Does that make sense? So people stay, the man does stay, he does stay in the home, he does keep providing like he would normally do for the wife because she is the wife. But when it comes for love matters, he finds it elsewhere.
Okay.
So I think
Can I say something
we
quick,
can
bro?
all agree that the main reason, if it was a number one reason, it would and should be respect.
Respect?
Because if you have respect for a woman, if a man has a respect for his woman, without a shadow of a doubt, I don't believe he'll cheat.
Men cannot have respect for a woman, bro. It's
What?
not in their nature to respect a woman. It's in our nature to love a woman. Hold on now. It's in our nature to love a woman. And it's not in the nature for a woman to love a man, but to respect a man. If a woman loves you, she can still leave you tomorrow. If a man respects you, he can still cheat on you when you're not there. But if he loves you, he won't want to lose you, will do everything to protect you.
Logically,
So,
I can't understand
okay,
anybody
let me
who
put
would
it this
cheat
way.
that has
There's
respect.
no way a
Thank you,
man,
Mr. Logic.
there's no way a man can love his wife and his side piece. He can love his wife, but lust after the girl he wants to smash.
So
That's lust. It has nothing to do with love.
so
But
you're
he can
saying
convince.
every time it's a side chick situation, it's lust only. That the
Lust
real
is what
love is
get
at
him.
home with the wife, but the
Yes,
desires are with
what carrying him there in the first place is lust. He's lusting after that woman. It has nothing to do with love.
Well,
So he
that's the
can
initial
lust after
attraction.
many men can lust after many women, but it has nothing to do with love. That's
Yeah,
lust
it's the initial attraction that causes him to stray
to
off.
get that lust, but it
The
has nothing
same
to do with
initial
love.
attraction he had when he met his wife. But if you spend time with a person, it's a possibility that you can love them.
Lust
You
can,
can really
like,
emotionally and spiritually become connected over time. It depends on how y'all moving. It can happen. I've seen it happen.
but it
I
started with
mean,
lust.
Alicia Keys and was Swiss Beats as an example.
Okay, my brother, it started with lust. And then because he did not want to miss out on getting more of her, he tend to do more of what she asked for. She want commitment, so that's what he's gonna give her because he don't want to lose that which he's getting from her. It's all about lust. It has nothing to do with love in the first place.
Let's take it back to respect. So I like I said, I don't know if Daryl want to comment on that. If you,
just
I think
really quickly, guys. I do need to invite some more people on, so I need to make some room. Thank you, Mr. Long, for joining us. I appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much. Mr. Calloway. Oh, his internet is not well. It's okay. We'll just figure it out. Guys, like I said, I do want to hear from the men today, but if there are ladies who want to chime in on it, if ladies have an idea of why, please call in because us ladies, I swear we don't understand men the way that we think we do. Women, we think we understand. We don't. We really don't. And like men have so much more going on in their heads than we think. And this is why I want to hear from them. Pardon me, Mr. Bruiser and Mr. Williamson. Please continue. Hi, family values. This wait, she says cheating can save your relationship with modern women too. What?
What?
What? Mr. C, please call in. Please call in. Don't leave us hanging with that one. What do you mean cheating can save your relationship with modern women? Are you saying that a man is saving his marriage by cheating?
I don't think so.
Am I missing something?
I think he's saying that just seeing if the grass is greener on the other side can eliminate those curiosities that you had. And you'll see that, hey, look, this wasn't for me. And what I got is what I need, what I should just stick with. So some men may just test the waters, and see, I wonder what's going on over here. And if it don't work out, then they got that clarification they need.
So then they start appreciating their wife more because they realize that outside maybe there's nothing better.
That could be the case, but I feel like we're trying to put everything in a box, and it's all based on case by case scenario. Everybody's relationship is different.
Mm-hmm.
So, like everybody, today I just learned that everybody don't define respect the same. Because this man said you could respect your wife and still cheat on her. I don't know I don't know how he defines the term respect. When you respect somebody, if you have enough respect for somebody, then you would walk away, or you would communicate to them, hey, look, we're going through problems. There's some issues. I can't handle this. We need to fix this, or something's wrong gonna happen. That is what respect allows you to do, having respect. But if you don't have no respect, you don't care what they think. You're just gonna do what the hell you want to do.
You still do it anyway, bro.
So is it? Let me ask you: does a faithful man exist?
Disrespect.
Does a faithful man exist? Because
yes.
I know you're going to say yes, but give me a second. The majority of men, are they faithful?
Yes.
Are majority of men faithful?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Nonsense.
Now, if you ask me,
rubbish.
is it because
Absolute rubbish.
they want to, or because they have to? That's a two different case.
You said because they want to or they have to?
Now, there's a difference between they want to or they have to.
I don't understand what that means.
Most men can't get women like that. So when they get one, they stick with one. So that
most women can't get one like that. So when they get one, they stick with him?
Most men cannot get women like that. So when they finally get one, they stick with one. They do everything they can to keep one. They don't even look at another woman and get a chance losing this one that they already have. So it's not like they don't want to. If most men have it like some of these superstar has it, like athlete has it, like they can get women like that, you think they'll be faithful? Most men won't. But they don't have it like that.
So you're saying like if men had the options that women have, that they would be less faithful?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
So most women too will stay with a man if there was more men that has what they offer.
Oh my God, look at this super chat. This super chat from Big Pete DC says, just enjoy another woman to get peace of mind without leaving your family.
Uh-huh.
So get your peace of mind, but don't leave your family. Now, what if that girl catches feelings? Then what? Then just drop her?
Well, you gotta establish a rule. You gotta establish a line. You know what I'm saying? And if that line get crossed, then you gotta shut it down.
So do you think most men will tell about the next woman they're meeting? Oh, I have a wife.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that the majority would actually say it, because the woman is going to ask, why can't you stay with me? Why can't you spend the night? Why can't you dedicate more time with me?
Is that before or after you already smash once?
Pardon?
Is that before or after you smash once and you want to know why you don't want to spend more time?
Wait, you said, you mean have intercourse, have sex?
Yeah. Is it before the first time or after? So is he going to tell, okay, I have prior engagement before he slept with you or after he slept with you, and now you want more time?
I don't know. I really don't know about that.
I don't think most men is going to tell a woman right off, I have a wife at home, but can we smash? Don't catch no feelings now.
You don't think that? I don't know what country you in. That happens all the time. My first marriage. Sorry, ex, if you out there listening. Oh no, I think I did tell her this. But anyways, I've always told a woman who I was smashing with on the side that yeah, I'm married. You know what I'm saying? You gotta establish that. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't have any issues. She may willing to be able to still smash with you or not. Or a lot of women will still do it. I don't know why anybody's surprised. But a lot of women don't really give a shit if you're married. Most of these women are trying to smash, just trying to smash. They're not really trying to break up your home. But if you do have to draw a line, like I said earlier, because if someone catch feelings, and you gotta get the hell on.
Now, were you able to do something for that girl that you told that to before she agreed, or it was just a even exchange? Nothing.
What do you mean? What are you saying? Say that
Were
again. Can you
you
rephrase?
giving anything to her, like favor for favor, or what?
What do you mean, like sexual favors?
No, were
Oh, you
you
mean
paying
like
bills,
paying bills?
buying her
Paying bills?
stuff?
Oh.
Buying her stuff? Like bags or some shit like that?
Sure.
Like gifts, trinkets.
I
Thank you
mean,
for letting me use your body.
I don't know. Some girls are different. Some girls may require you to buy them material things. And some
The
girls
one
don't
that you
really
were
give a shit
messing
about
with,
that.
the one you were messing with, did you
Oh, no,
have
I
to buy?
never.
Oh, you never did.
No, I never had to buy a girl a bag to get the draws. I'm not trying to boast or brag. I'll say I'm a decent looking guy. I didn't have to do that. If I was, I don't know, man. It's all situational. You know, I don't
Okay.
think I would buy a bag just to get some tail. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I never had to do that.
And now,
Fortunately for my experience.
how many men do you think will be in that same situation with you? That have
I
that,
think a lot of men, I think a lot of men who do step out have it. First of all, you got to have the confidence that you're going to be able to get the reward at the end, that you're going to be able to seal the deal with a woman. So I don't think these guys are saying to themselves, okay, I'm married. I want some pussy on the side. Let me get my money right so I can be able to afford a Birkin to get some pussy. Oh, excuse my language. Or to get some tail.
This is getting
Or
really.
So you have
let
your
me
money right, correct?
yeah, let me get my money. Let me get my most guys. We assuming
So
it's situational. You never know.
so do you have your money right
Today, yeah, I have my money right.
before you were
But
doing
if
this?
let's say hypothetically, if I was to cheat or to step out, I'm not going into it like, oh, I gotta buy a bag or I gotta buy some material thing to get some tail. Man, I was in the Cheesecake Factory yesterday, and waitress was eyeing me down, man, like giving me that look. You know what I'm saying? And I knew right then that I didn't require no bag or no material. It just required me to look decent, and you know what I'm saying, and fit the look that they were interested in or attractive to.
Because I am Yakub. I am. I am shocked. That's why I look like this all the time. Half the time I'm
Like I
like,
said,
what?
not every man is in your own situation, bro.
Yeah,
It might be easy for you, right? And a few men's out there, but there's a reason why they say maybe 1/3 men are virgins or haven't had sex for a little while, right? There's more access to it now, but there are still men that haven't get access to it.
well, we have the perfect cast. What do you think, lady? What do you think? If you was to, are you attracted? If you know that you want to give a guy to get a guy that draws, are you worried about material things, or are you looking to just get into it? Like, are you gonna make that a requirement? Like, you're not gonna be obviously, yeah, money and all that stuff could, make you whatever that song is, but I'm not gonna say the word, but I'm just saying.
Please don't. Please, Mr.
You're
Bruzette,
asking
look,
the wrong
give me
person.
a second. Just give me a second, both of you. Give me one moment. You guys are bringing up good points, but I also wanted to ask you about Mr. Cameo. Your internet is going in and out. Are you sure? Do you want to get in a word before your internet cuts out again?
Yeah, like I've been fighting the internet for like this whole time, but I think I finally got it about right. You guys don't sound like a freaking robotic xylophone and none. But
Thank you. So why are you cheating? I mean, why do men cheat? Why do men cheat?
Like comes down to the basic family structure, right? Like a lot of times we take sex like it's just flippant with it, right? Like
Like what?
Right. Like I had figured out something to say, but then I'm like stage fright or something, right? But no, it's like
Mr. Cameo, let me help you. Let me help you out. Is it that, okay, let's say that you were in a situation where you had a wife and a side chick. Let's say this is the situation that you're in. What would be the main reason why you would end up having that kind of situation? Because it's not easy, I would imagine, to have a wife and a girlfriend at the same time, because, you know, I can imagine for a man it can be stressful. So why would you put yourself in that kind of situation? For what reasons would you put yourself in that kind of situation?
sounds like a psychological thing. Like it's like either one's not giving you what you need entirely, or like it's just on you. You feel like you have to do this sort of thing. Like it's like, oh no, if I'm not getting boxed every 5 minutes, then that's on me or something. You know, like, and that's just a weird way to look at it. You know, like it's like if it like someone mentioned before that it's like we have a drive as men to be with multiple women. It's like, yeah, that's a thing that's like, you know, that's like an ambition that we have, but it's like you got to know how to like how to control your nature, you know, just like Anton be talking about, you know, having discipline, right? And Kevin Samuels even talked about it, right? So you got to have discipline when it comes to these things, you know, like. Shoot. And
so
honor,
is it a lack
right?
of discipline? It is a lack of discipline to put yourself in that kind of situation, to have two women. It's a lack of discipline. And can you love both women at the same time, or is it impossible? I'm asking you, just throwing it out there. Is it possible in your eyes? Do you think it's possible?
Well, it's a lack of discipline to cheat, right? But if both of these women are okay with it, then you end up in some sort of weird poly thing. But that's just a perversion of nature anyway, right? Like,
Is your let me ask you something. Can you blink twice if your wife is in the car with you?
nah.
Because you're having a really hard time. Just blink twice. Just she can't hear, right? You have a headset on. Blink twice.
Nah, she's watching the live stream though. Like she's in there.
See, there it is. There it is. She's in the live stream. That's why, guys. He's having a really hard time getting through this.
But if like one dude with like multiple chicks, like if they're all right with it, that's one thing. If they're not all right with it, then that's disrespect, right? Like, but then that comes down to a cultural thing a lot of times, right?
So, okay. And my final question to you before we get back to what Mr. Bruiser and Mr. Williamson were talking about, my final question to you is, what was the main reason for this to happen? What would be the main reason? I think you said that not being happy and something else. I forget. You said something else about that. So are those the only reasons that you think this is the main reason that this happens?
See, what, like, so one is like the woman not, I guess, being in her perfect femininity, right? The dude not being in his perfect masculinity for him to have to think he has to do all these things to prove himself. And like, I mean, it pretty much comes down to that. It's like, if you do it, it's on you, right?
Yeah. Can you hear us, Mr. Camille?
Yeah. I
Why
can
did
hear
you just pause
you.
randomly like that? Why did you? Oh my God. Okay. I think we get the point. Mr. Cameo probably has a situation going on over there. Thank you, Mr. Cameo. I think we've understood your point. Back to Mr. Bruiser, Mr. Williamson. Guys, do you guys disagree with anything that Mr. Cameo has said, or do you agree? Please don't talk all at once.
I'll let Mr. Williams take that because I couldn't hardly understand where he was trying to go, what direction he was trying to go with his points.
Well, if I
Neither
could,
did I. I didn't.
if I could get it, I think he's saying most men that cheat is because they don't have control. Right? They don't have self-control, which is true. Most men don't have self-control over their nature. You need self-control in order to control that nature, that side of you. Men and women, we both need self-control. So if you're going wild, that's because somehow you let go. You can't control yourself. That's why sometimes once you do it, you feel stupid. It's like, why did I even do this? Why did I even went through with this nonsense, right?
This is
And
regret.
then
This is regret for cheating.
there are men that do, but they do it enough. They feel like, okay, now if it's something you do before you actually get involved, you think it's normal. Like before you actually commit to somebody, you think it's normal. But if it's something that just happened while you were in a relationship, you might feel a little bit of regret from that. But if you used to smashing on the side, multiple girls, that's normal to you, right?
We're going to
So
ask the three of you, you men, do you think that the woman is always responsible for why the man cheats? Because you guys have brought it up plenty of times that it's that he's not happy at home. Is it the woman's job to make this man happy in every aspect? And because no one can give you 100% of your happiness at home. So I do believe that eventually every man is going to be lacking in something at home, because a woman cannot give you 100% of your happiness. If you can't make yourself happy, then that seems like a you problem. So let me ask you, is the woman always responsible for the man cheating?
No, the woman is not always responsible.
So you can have a perfect woman at home, or almost perfect, as close to perfect as you can get, and you can still cheat, and it could be not her fault, and you'll still do it.
yeah,
There's four main reasons why that happened. And number one was a lack of commitment, self-confidence, impaired judgment. That has nothing to do with a woman. The only thing that I think that has something to do with a woman is neglection and retaliation. Obviously, if your woman cheat on you, some guys want to retaliate. That's being provoked by your partner. But impaired judgment has nothing to do with the woman. Men go out, drink, abuse alcohol. I've seen men lose their whole family to a drug or alcohol. The whole business, it's the responsibility, the choices you make. Those have nothing to do with the woman. So I can't sit there and say it's the woman's blame. It's only the woman's blame when a woman is not playing her role in the relationship and neglecting her man. That is the only case. Other than that, a man has to, if he's going to get in the relationship, he needs to come in with respecting his woman and loving his woman, and that will, allow for commitment and trust to arise in the relationship. Other than that, we can't blame the woman. Those are the only ways a woman can cause a man to cheat, is neglection or retaliation. Obviously a man.
Jamal says, why a man have to wait 3 months a year for one woman to have sex? If you're waiting 3 months out of the year, that speaks on something else, I would assume. I don't, but okay. And what do you say, Mr. Williamson and Mr. Cameo, to that? To the whole, is the woman responsible? Do you believe that the woman is responsible? I'm sorry, I'm going to take this off. Sorry, Samuel. I'm going to put it up in a second. Do you think that the woman is always responsible, or no?
no, because and the retaliation for men, I don't think that's really a man thing. Men would leave a woman that cheat on them faster before they actually cheat on that woman. So I don't think men actually stay with women that go the other way on them, unless they really, really have no other choice but to stay. It might be a kids involved. Might be a kids involved that they still might lose their kids if they end up leaving. But men do not normally. I'm not saying all cases now, because people tend to think, oh, you thinking for all men, you thinking for all women. No, it's not all cases, but most men will not stay with a woman that cheat on them. The
Well,
ego
yeah,
is too
because
big.
I think a woman cheating and a man cheating are two different things. Honestly, I
That's
think
true.
women cheating is a lot worse than a man cheating, in my
That's
view.
true.
I mean,
So
and it's all
a
about, for
woman,
me, it's all about the physicality of this, because there's, yeah, the
a
anatomy.
woman, a woman cheating is more like out of revenge, or she lost respect for you. It's not like
Yeah,
she lost love,
yeah,
respect.
agreed.
There you go. Now you agree with me. Respect.
I doubt that he agrees with you because he doesn't agree with
Well, he
anyone.
doesn't have to say it, but his whole point just
But
went back way back to what I was
did you
saying
hear what I
earlier.
just said though? I said a woman. I didn't say a man. I say a woman doing that is because she lost respect, not love. She can still love you and do that, but she lost respect for you.
So you're gonna sit here and honestly say to everybody listening that you could commit this terrible offense and still have respect for your woman.
Say what?
You didn't
That's why.
understand what I said.
That's what I said. A man don't deal in respect towards a woman.
I
They
question your
deal in
definition,
love.
and I question the way you define respect.
Okay. I just said men love, men don't respect women. Women respect, women don't love men.
Well,
Women love their kids.
I respect my wife.
Oh, congratulations.
So
But
Oh
it
my
has to do with
God.
love
No,
first, right?
guys, I do apologize for what's about to happen right now. Mr.
you
Scam
got rolled
Likely is
out.
here. Scam Likely, welcome in.
What's going on?
Oh, I know him. What
What's
up,
Oh
good?
my
Dusty?
God. I really want to hear your opinion on this topic, because this is this is, please tell
Um,
me what you think about this, Mr. Scam Likely.
uh, my opinion is, well, to start, don't be cheating. Don't do it. And if you're gonna do it, don't get caught.
Oh,
Especially the woman. Women don't get caught. Um, but the super extra philosophies. Well, it's actually about the respect factor. Well, no, they cheat because of this. Well, no, because look, people, there's some selfish people, there's some greedy people, and there's some sleazy people. Some women want to get stuck by Big Tony and Raw Dog Ronnie. They're gonna go out there and do it. Some people have,
Oh my God.
some have no respect. Some have no self-respect. Some have no walls left. I
Mr.
don't know.
Scam Likely, can you please?
But the extra philosophy, well, actually, in the ancient Romans back in 1346, the man was created to pull out 14.3 inches of meat on his. What are y'all talking? God, you're killing me, man.
Mr. Scam Likely.
But that's all I got for now. But man,
Is it okay? Let me ask you this: what is the main reason, and is it typically the woman's fault?
for cheating,
Mhm.
you talking about a woman,
Mr. Von Kiel?
a woman cheating or a man cheating?
Man.
If she's playing vagina holdout, then yeah, it's her fault. Why marry a man you're gonna hold the booty out on him? That means because it's assumed Raw Dog Ronnie's getting it on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. And Big Tony on Sundays. Or you're trying to control him, or whatever reason it is that you decide to marry a man, then say he can't have any. He needs to go cheat. Actually, don't need to cheat, needs to leave and say, look, I tell you what, we've been married for 3 years, but my meat is dry and crackling, and that ain't what I married. So I'm about to run over here on rentalbuns.com
Sir.
and meet Takesha or whatever, or Becky, and I'm gonna go ahead and handle this business so you can go ahead and do what you do. But you just don't do that to your husband. If something's wrong, sit down and talk. Hey, you won't take the trash out. You won't do this. You're ugly, whatever it is. so he can fix it and so he can get the buns that he needs to move on. But just playing holdout and no. So if that's something she's doing, then yeah, he needs to go out. Might as well go ahead and handle his business. Might as well do it in the living room. Why not? Because she's not being a wife anyway. But other reasons.
And my last question to you was: is it always the woman's fault? I'm sorry about the noise, guys. Is it always the woman's fault?
No, there's some sleazy dudes out here. It's some dudes that got pretty women at home. She's looking right. She comes home with a nightgown, and the dude still wants to sneak out 3 a.m. Go get a piece. Some used rental buns with no walls left from the strip club. I don't know why. There's some sleazy dudes running around here.
Can I ask you, what does that mean? What does that mean, no walls?
No walls means Big Tony. He's 6'8", got meat that goes from here to across the street somewhere. Shot some porn in his 20s. They done ran through so many times. He the only dude that can make her happy. And they going out there and doing that. Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, Jazz. Thank you. We finally have a woman on the panel. Hi, Jazz.
Hey, girl. How are you?
I am fine. Please bring some sanity to this panel because. So what do you think is the main reason that a man would cheat, and do you think that it's always the woman's fault?
I don't think it's always the woman's fault. I think that there are some men out here that just like variety, and you really can't do anything about that. But I also know that there's some wives that use the box as a something they can use as a weapon towards their men, and they may not be giving him the attention, boosting his ego, things like that. I think has a lot to do why men seek it elsewhere. Men have egos, and if he's married to you, he's giving his life to you, it's up to you to make sure you satisfy him in all those areas. So I think that happens a lot as well.
I understand that too, but my thing is, I asked the panel before you came on, can you have a good woman at home and still cheat? And they said yes, overwhelmingly. So
I say no.
Us women sitting here saying like we have to please him no matter what. We have to be everything he needs and more. We have to make sure that because it's our job. There's only so much a woman can do. If a man wants more, there's only so much that you can do, right? If I believe it comes down to the man. If the man is more insatiable, possibly, then he's going to do whatever he wants to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm a strong believer in biblical principles. And if you have a man like that, you can win him over by the way that you carry yourself, the way that you take care of him, and it can convict his heart with time.
The chat is pretty much disagreeing. The chat is basically saying that one man cannot keep up with a man's sex drive. Ari, he says, just do your job that he asks. Jenny said, is that music? Nobody play music, okay? Okay, nobody play music. Jenny says, I disagree because I've known many married women who've done everything for their husbands and they still cheat.
This is the thing. A lot of women say this, but you don't know that. You don't know what happens in their home. There's plenty of women that says I did everything that I was supposed to do when they think they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But when you talk to the guy, he's like, well, I didn't care about those things she was doing. She didn't care about the things that I actually wanted. It's like women, sometimes we get in our heads and be like, oh, we're doing everything that we're supposed to do. And that man's like, I don't even care about that stuff.
That makes a lot of sense. Women do tend to focus on the wrong things. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That sounds like a communication issue. It sounds like the man is not communicating the things that he values. And she thinks she's doing all the things that he values, but she's not. So she may think that she's doing all the things she's supposed to do by listening to her girlfriends, her aunties, and mothers. But every man is different. Every man is not like the man they have. You have to talk to the guy you're with and get an understanding. Like, what do you want? You want me to be home? You want me to cook? You want me to clean? You want me to suck you? You know what I'm saying? You want me to wash the clothes? You want me to leave you alone, let you and the fellas watch football? You gotta communicate. That's a communication issue.
But
So
I will say there are a lot of women, because I talk to them. I've talked to plenty married women that have issues going on in their marriage. A lot of times their husbands did tell them and they just didn't listen. They didn't take it into consideration. And usually, a lot of times, men don't repeat themselves. They don't like to be vulnerable like that and be like, baby, can you just please do this for me? Men aren't like that. It's like, okay, I said what I had to say. If she's not willing to change, that means she doesn't really care about my needs. And then she's doing all these other things, talking to her girlfriends, like you said, her friends, mothers, and they're like, this is what you need to do. And she's ignoring the fact that he told her.
Yeah, that's a tolerance issue. So once you've communicated and nothing happens, then your tolerance runs out. Then you have to act.
Hey,
You
Jazz,
try to.
I got a
Oh, go ahead.
question.
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Are you referring to, like, here's an example. I'm trying to see if this is linking it. There's some people that they're not getting any. I can explain it. Okay, sometimes the woman's saying, hey, you're not getting any. Therefore, he got dry meat and he got to go out there and get it somewhere else. But sometimes a situation where the woman is so miserably angry and whatever to the point where he don't even want to come in the house. Therefore, because he's not home, he don't want to come in until she's asleep, and he's out till 12:30. All of a sudden at 12:35, he runs into Anita, and somehow Anita does the thing, which all he was looking for was his wife to be nice to him. But she got a foul mouth. Anita is so friendly. All of a sudden, he slides on over to Anita's crib and gets that he wasn't getting from his wife, and it turns into something sexual. Are you referring to a situation more like that?
Yes, where he's not getting the things that he needs, them shoulder rubs, or hey babe, how was your day? I missed you. None of that. And that friendly feminine connection that you should be getting from your wife. Some women have hardened, especially once they get married. They're not dating anymore. They're not flirting. They're not being their young, youthful, friendly self anymore. So, and then there's this woman that they run across, like you said, Anita, who is so friendly, complimenting him, boosting his ego, and it becomes something. If you are a woman that is there, and as a wife, if you're taking care of those things, it's not as, tempting for him to entertain that if he's getting that at home anyways.
Well put. Oh, go ahead, Williamson.
I understand the woman is not showing him like attention like he wants to, but it takes two. It takes two, because while she was giving him all that attention, he was making her react that way. Now both of them become complacent. Hold on now, bro. Before you make the face, that's a nice face, by the way. But both of them become complacent. So sometimes it comes from both ends, and one will step out. Same thing with the woman too. Stepping out is, what did she stop doing? So sometimes it's both ways. They both stopped. That's why I like Anton talking about he keep dating his wife over and over again every day. He treat her like they are out, they just met. He's dating his wife, that's lovely. He keep everything fresh. But not everybody can do that because of work and all that stuff. Sometimes people get complacent.
I would like to get our new guest to chime in a little bit. Mr. Rondale Garrett and Mr. JC, please.
Here's what I the question: if women are responsible and men are cheating. First of all, if a man even thinks about cheating with them, they shouldn't even be in a relationship in the first place. These men that think about cheating are emotional terrorists and gaslighters to me. They're emotional.
What if the thought of cheating comes after being in a relationship for a couple years?
What did it tell you? They're cheating for a couple of years? They're emotional terror. They're criminals. That's what I think. Even the thought of it, that you shouldn't even be in a relationship to begin with. That's what I would think. If you have even a good woman in the house, and if you even think about cheating, you should not even be in it. You should be banned from having a relationship for life. That's what I think.
Yeah, but it don't. We got to be realistic
No.
though.
Realistic.
So you
That's
simping for real?
What
I
is he
ain't no
doing?
simp. And any woman that cheats on a good man, they should be banned for having any relationship for the rest of their life. To be honest with you, they should be in prison. That's what I think.
That's very harsh, brother. But that's how you live. Are you married?
Ameera,
No, I'm not married because no, I am not married, and
you're
I
not
am
gonna call this out.
married.
I'm letting you guys. You guys know
Don't-
my views on this. I will let you guys have at it, please.
I think the whole idea of marriage itself is so corrupted that I don't think we should. I think that we should just abolish all marriage and just start all over again. That's what I think.
What?
That's what it has been so corrupted to the point.
Oh man.
The more I let this go.
It's
No,
so-
please feel free to take the show,
Speak,
sir.
brother.
It is so corrupted to the point that I don't even think that most people don't know what love truly is. True love starts with loving yourself and taking responsibility for your own damn self. If I need a woman to make me happy, then I'm not doing a good job as a man.
Well,
Okay?
yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
if you want to have, so as a man, you need to take responsibility for your own self first before you even think about having a woman. That's what I have to think.
Hey, where you in a dungeon somewhere? I'm looking at the background.
This is my house.
Oh, okay.
That's what I feel. They're making it irresponsible for good, responsible men like me that's trying to do the right thing
There you
from
go.
even having a relationship. They're making it impossible for good men. And I'm fed up as a good man. I'm fed up with it. I'm tired.
Ameera, that's what I was going to ask him, because he's talking like a man that is chasing a woman that keep going after dudes.
That's
that
called
keep
an
messing with
incel.
her. So now he mad. Instead of mad at her, he's mad at all the dude that she keep running to. So I think that's really his issue with this right now.
I see. So he's looking at it from
He's
the other
talking
way.
as if somebody that is really, really, he want her, but she don't want him because she keep messing with dudes that keep messing with her. So
Let's ask him. Have you ever been in a relationship?
No, but I have been learning from other people's relationship. Here's what I think about this. I learn from other people's mistakes on relationship. Like
Wait, sir, you have not been in a relationship?
I learn from other people's mistakes. I'm a wise man. A wise man learns from others. A good man learns from other people's from your own mistakes.
Are you a virgin, sir?
I proud virgin and a proud I am, because it's too corrupted. It's too disgusting.
What is your sexual preference? No
Don't
offense, if you
do
don't
that,
mind.
Mr. Bruiser. Mr. Bruiser, I just look. Thank you so much, guys. This is not going to make it personal about him. We're just here to hear his opinions. But I do want to say, Mr. Garrett, if you haven't been in said situation, I don't know if you can really understand the concept of what's going on here if you haven't actually been married or in a serious relationship where,
but
you know what I mean?
Brothers' mistakes. I saw with other brothers' marriage, and I saw my sister's manipulation. I learned from others' mistakes, so that way I don't have to. Why do you need to reinvent the wheel and learn from experience when you can learn from other people's mistakes to begin with, so you won't make those mistakes?
Mr. Garrett, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. If there's a certain food, right? There's a food that I know is good, and you ask me how that food tastes. I can tell you, and you can understand the concept, but you will never know how it actually tastes until you taste it with your own mouth. Does that make sense?
I understand that concept, but I also understand that learning from other people's mistakes, so that way you don't make that mistake at first. If that didn't work for that other person, how's it going to work for you in the first place? I don't want to pay those consequences to begin with.
But some situations aren't that black and white. Go ahead, guys.
So what's your how can I say it? just me, for example, I'm not married, so I can't sit here and say I got all the solutions and everything worked out, whatever. But I had some great relationships with some great women. And I've dealt with some blockheads, but those weren't relationships. That's just the day-to-day talking. They be talking that stuff. And you delete the number, you don't talk to them no more. Relationship-wise, I had some good ones. Why are you so angry, if you're going to talk about other people's experiences, that means you are them other people, because everybody's experience is different. But
Well, I'm so
why are
angry.
you walking around so angry and with the fear that came from other people? Where's your own? That's
Sometimes,
outside all my trolling talk. You angry about something that didn't even happen. If I had a daughter or a cousin, I'm scared to introduce you hiding in a dungeon.
I'm not dying in the dungeon.
I'm scared to introduce you to my cousin.
Hey, sir. Hey, Garrett. I think it's important that you start, getting in the relationship. I think the learning phase has ran its course. I think you should actually take a leap of faith and start dating. I don't know how old you are, but it sounds like you're old enough to start, putting what you know or what you think you know into action.
Please don't scare these women. Don't scare these women away, bro. You're scaring me.
Guys, I'm so look, Mr. JC, how are you doing tonight?
How's it going, Ameera?
It's going.
It's going. I see that.
It's going. How are you tonight? What do you have on the subject?
I mean, after that one, I don't know how I can follow up with that one, but all right. So this is my 2 cents for what it's worth. I think originally men and women were created to be monogamous to each other, right? In marriage. The reality is now, obviously, you can have a good woman at home, and the man is still going to cheat for the most part. It's an unfortunate reality, but it is a reality nonetheless. The reason for that is not because he's not happy in the house. It's not because the woman probably treated him wrong or anything. He can have a good woman in the house, and because a man's appetite is, through his eyes and through his lustful intents, most men do fall. And that's because they don't have discipline and they put themselves in positions where it's not going to be beneficial to them to get the results, a positive result. It's just going to end up being somewhere drastic negative result. And it's happened all across time. If you want to take it to the biblical references, we can even look at King David, right? He saw a woman, another man's wife, got the man to put him in war in the front lines for him to be killed, and then took his woman away, right? And this is somebody that the Bible says that this is somebody after God's own heart. So I think it's an unfortunate reality, but it happens. Now there are other men out there that will remain faithful to their women, to their wife, because they don't want to deal with the BS that comes with having, all these liabilities, especially nowadays here in the United States. I mean, the laws cater more to the women than to the men, right? So I mean, men do think about those things now. I mean, I'm grateful and thankful. I'm married, about to be 6 years in 3 days, and I've been faithful to my wife. My wife has been faithful to me. We take that as something that's sacred under God. But it's all because of the fall. I mean, there are men that are going to be faithful to their women, and there are going to be men that are going to be unfaithful to their women, and most of the time it's not even the woman's fault. Most of the time it's just the guy's horny. He falls under temptation. He lets his emotions fall out, and he puts himself in a position that's not going to be in the most beneficial way for him. So it's what it is.
I hate YouTube. I hate it.
It's
Aaron.
unacceptable now.
I'm sorry,
Aaron.
Ameera. I'm sorry.
I know what Aaron's gonna say. Go ahead.
It's. I'm sorry, Ameera. I didn't
heard
want
it
to have to
100
do.
times.
I
Go
didn't
ahead,
want to
Aaron.
have to do this, but they
Go
forced
ahead,
me
Aaron.
into this. Okay.
There you go.
All this YouTube crap that people be talking about, discipline. Men shouldn't do this, and that. It's all crap. Okay. Men are not monogamous by nature. I don't care what nobody says. If you follow what is, not what you want, not what's right or wrong, but what does happen. Typically, men sleep with lots of women, multiple women if they can, based upon the options that they have. It has nothing to do with this so-called dick discipline that we created on YouTube, because men are actually pretty disciplined. We'd actually love to walk around and hurt people really badly, but we decided not to do that. We used to do it a long time ago. It used to be a commonality, actually. It's a lot of discipline in people, actually, but the consequences are different now. So we're just going to be honest. We actually do not have a clear-cut picture why people cheat on an individual basis. It could be for any multitude of reasons. But what I do know is we are lying to people. We're lying to people saying that we for sure know that we're supposed to be with one person. We don't know that. We're not for sure that that's the truth. We don't know what people were doing before we got to this civilized society. No, men like more than one woman. Men sometimes love more than one woman. And they don't just make their decisions about sleeping with women based upon love. As I'll give you an example. We eat food. Most Americans are overweight, right? They should be disciplined enough not to do that. But what happens? Oh, we like it. We give to our desires naturally. Most people give into their desires on a day-to-day basis with everything, except for when it comes to having sex. That's the one thing. No, you need to be disciplined in that. That's not right. Not you only live once. None of that crap comes up. It ain't no eat this piece of cake. You only live once. Oh, you can have that. Go ahead and gain some pounds. It's no problem. None of that crap. We're encouraged to do all the bad stuff, except for when you want to sleep with a lot of women or multiple women, it's negative. That's the one thing we like to do.
So Aaron, let me ask you this. What's something that's positive that comes out from a man having multiple women and being married at the same time? What's something that's positive that can come to him?
See the concept of what's something that's positive, right? So are you saying the action? I can answer it, but are you saying the actions that we do is all based upon a positive outcome? Like the outcome has to be positive, otherwise we shouldn't do it.
What benefit does it bring to you?
Much.
Like what benefit does it bring to you?
I clearly gave you what the benefit was. It's your desires innately. Your desire. Why have sex at all? Like, okay, no, wait.
Aaron, what's the benefit, bro? Come on.
What's the benefits? It's a sexual desire. It's a sexual desire. That is the benefit for the men.
But we're not saying that sexual desire is wrong. We're just saying
yes, we are. We're saying
no. Sexual desire is good. It is a good thing when you implement it in the right way, right? Just like food. I mean, you have desire to eat, right? That's a good desire, right? You're feeding the body, you're putting nutrition in your body, but then you go ahead and overeat based on your desire is going to cause a negative effect on you.
Okay. So how about we start? Okay, let's just say that's the truth, which it could be fun. How come we don't have a bigger campaign about people being fat? Why don't we just go around telling them?
We do.
Because there's money involved.
Like, you know about the fat acceptance movement? Like this, because of money. Like there are people out here advocating for all these things. Like it's all excess, dude. Like like you talk about people's nature. Like prostitution was the first business, right? Does that mean every woman's supposed to be out here selling it for a piece of meat? Like, bro,
they sell themselves one way.
Every woman though.
Why not? Why not? It's not every woman.
Because
in the sense of currency in exchange for goods, why is it not every woman?
Hey, Aaron, you did miss a whole chunk of what we was trying to ask you though.
I apologize. That's because somebody jumped in. Rephrase the question, and you'll get a direct.
Hold on. Here's the thing. What Jason was trying to ask is what's positive about a man cheating. Dude got his wife. He got 3 ugly kids at home, and he wants to go out here and go get a piece. Now, here, hold on. Check it out. This is what these dudes be doing. Because I saw this all the way back when I was 18 and I was in the Army. Dude, some of them got cute wives. Some of them got wives with 4 teeth. Doesn't matter. But they go to the extreme. They're jumping out of 2nd story windows. They're spending the rent money that they don't got. They're coming in at 5 o'clock in the morning, waking up the baby. All this extra stuff. They're getting jumped in the back of the club over 1 piece of sour booty. What good is happening from this?
See, this is the problem.
Because they're not disciplined enough and they're getting caught, or they're doing so much dumb stuff when they just came home to their wife.
The same sexual desire that you can get with your wife.
I'm saying
is the same desire. Is like what's gonna bring benefit to me by going out there and getting other women? Like what's the benefit for me?
I'm going to answer the question because I'm a direct answer.
Repoed. He didn't
No,
got
no, no.
stomped out. He got 8 teeth
You're
left. I'm just saying.
you're speculating to outcomes based upon actions, right? Your future, you're thinking more in depthly like the outcome based upon this outcome. We're going to talk directly what's the point of either cheating, sleeping with more than one woman, whether openly saying it, whatever. Either one, it's the outcome that the man wants. The man wants a sexual outcome with said lady. Whether you consider it, he should have told his wife about it, It's more the same reason why most people go to work and they don't want to have to do it. The positive outcome is they get a paycheck from it, right? Their desire to when they go to work is transition. I'm gonna get a paycheck, even though I hate it. It's probably morally I might not even like half the jobs people do. They morally don't like their jobs in a lot of ways. Let's just say people hate oil, etc. Right? But the same thing happens when you want to have sex with another woman. Your desires go well. Ultimately, what do I have to do to get to this goal? I know I have a wife, but ultimately, I want to sleep with this woman, even though society tells me I should only be with one woman and I should only love one woman. But my desires say this woman is making my go up. And you know what? If she offers and the opportunity happens, I'm gonna take it.
I would say that's a weak man though, because if you're
Hey,
going
Aaron,
off like
but
if
that
you're
wasn't
going
your
by if
question.
no
That
no
wasn't your
I know
question.
I know
You're
I know you
changing it.
answered it. No you answered it. Yeah, I gave you that. You answered it. But I will push back and say that will lead to that man being a weak man. Because if we sit here and say that men shouldn't be going off by their emotions and going by their desires all the time, then you're saying that you're caving into your desires instead of your actual reasoning and logic.
Yes,
Right? Because
yes.
if you're just caving just towards your desire, that means you're being very, very emotional. Oh, my desires are swaying this way today. You know what? I'm gonna go do this. My desires are swaying this way again. I'm gonna go do that. Oh, because my desires say this, I'm gonna go do this. Instead of actually reasoning and say, okay, my desires today is telling me to do this. Is it conducive? Is it gonna bring any type of benefit to my life? And
Okay.
to the life that I have
But
established
I
here.
don't.
So there's nothing wrong to suppress those desires. To suppress some type of desires is actually a good thing because you're
Okay.
actually protecting yourself and
Give me
protecting
an
somebody else.
example. Give me an
Aaron,
example of what
can I
women
say
have to
something?
suppress.
Can I
Go
say
ahead,
something,
bro.
Aaron?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
I just say something? I feel you, Aaron, and I think we're acting like stepping out or cheating or fulfilling our desires. I think we're acting like we're putting the outcome first as a reason to do it. When I cheated, I didn't give a damn about the outcome. I just gave a damn about the gesture, the action that would take place. You know what I'm saying? These people who are doing these things that fulfill their desires aren't thinking about whether it's going to hurt anybody.
Of course not.
Nobody
Majority,
gives
of
a
course
fuck.
not. I agree with you.
You put a needle in your arm to fulfill that addiction. You're not going to be like, oh, this is detrimental to my health. No, who gives a fuck?
Of
You
course, they're
understand?
not.
You want some pussy. You want some pussy. Who gives a fuck? You get what I'm saying?
Oh, Bruce,
Yeah, but
I think the difference.
go ahead.
But my last point is I think we're still ignoring the fact that about nature. I think some of us agree that by nature, man tends to want to have sex with multiple women. Yeah. And I think society, if it's safe to say that society is pushing monogamous. And I think it's for a reason to eliminate health reasons, diseases floating around. You know what I'm saying?
I want to get, and it's also
a society thing.
It's also for handing down. Oh, it's got like legacy and so on. If you have a lot of partners, it makes it all muddy. Yeah, what do you have to say on it?
Yeah, I think from JC's perspective, he's coming from a God-fearing man, where he understands that doing this can ultimately probably harm his family in the future or mess up whatever he has. He fears God first. He fears the fact that this isn't right. It's not right. He's fighting his flesh. Okay, yes, we have temptations and we try to fight those temptations because it's not good for us. It's not good for our soul. It's not good for our marriage. It's not good for my family.
Aaron.
I'm sorry. I'm just not going to bite my. I'm not. Listen, it's cap. It's cap. Can people keep the commandments?
It's cap.
Can people keep the commandments?
They can't keep it perfectly. No, but we should strive to.
Yes, we should.
See, there we go. What we strive to.
I mean, I ain't never killed nobody.
So listen,
right, exactly.
So no, what we've done is
there's people who have the desire and they pee get hard when they see little girls, does that mean they have to give in to their temptation? Do you see what I'm saying? You keep using that it's natural for them. Some people, it's natural for them to be attracted to people they shouldn't be attracted to.
How do you determine who they should be attracted to? See, that's once again, it's a man-made concept. Age. We don't even know people's age. Like, we had to create that concept of knowing how old somebody is. It's such a simplistic view of what people think.
Oh, okay. I said that wrong. Even if you are naturally supposed to be attracted to whatever attributes this person may have, the fact is, once you find out that this isn't somebody that I should be dealing with because it's outside of my marriage, or that person is underage, then you fight that temptation because it is wrong. It is morally wrong.
Okay. So Jazz, let me ask you this. So if you want to get biblical, right? And I'm not a biblical scholar, but I'll say this. What I have heard is that a woman becomes a woman when her period starts. Is that correct, biblically speaking? So is that age 14, 13 possibly?
The Bible also says you follow the law of the land.
Thank you. Man-made.
That's why I said society.
That's what I'm saying. You hear what you want to hear because women want men to stop cheating. Y'all trying to push. Oh, I'm sorry.
Aaron, I know you are on fire. Give me a second. I need to ask you a question. I need to ask you guys a full.
I'm ready for Fight Club.
Right. I need to ask the full panel question. So Aaron, Aaron and JC and Family Values, I didn't get a chance to ask you guys this. I put the scenario of a man who has been married, let's say 20 years. The man has been married 20 years. Yeah. He maybe has attempted to separate from his wife many times. You know, already this has been kind of a thing. They already knew that they're not there. They're just there for the kids. He goes and has a side girlfriend, whatever have you. But he doesn't leave his wife because of the children. Now, what do you say, Aaron, in your view, and Miss Family Values, because I know you guys have opposing views. What do you guys say about this situation? Do you think that it is right for him to stay with the family, to keep the family intact, even though he has a girlfriend? Or do you think that he should maybe find his own happiness, go with his girlfriend, and still be a father to the children?
I think it is right to make sure that his family is taken care of first. And if he does step out, I don't necessarily say it's right, but I do understand it. And I do see that even if the wife is like, whatever, because they're not getting along anyways, I mean, that's nothing that I can judge from the outside. But what I can say is, as far as his family and children, I think that's most important than to divorce and be outside of that home. Now, when he turns a certain age, when his kids turn a certain age and he decides to divorce, I still don't quite believe in divorce. I'm into the miracle working. Maybe one day things could get better one day. I would rather them stay together. But if he divorced afterwards, I could see that being a better option after the kids got older.
I hate YouTube.
Oh,
Aaron, please.
I didn't
Aaron.
answer that question, but I'll go last.
I do want Aaron to go next because I know they have opposing views, and then after that, JC and Mr. IB does
different views.
Mr. Aaron, please.
Yeah,
the situation.
I'm with you. I'll stay on task.
Here you go.
He should prioritize his family. That's what a man should do. He should prioritize his family, right? That's what my belief is. That does not mean he should not sleep with the side woman. Now, if he wants to sleep with the side woman, he should continue to sleep with the side woman. And then his wife should understand, because she's going to prioritize what her said husband says. But the problem is, women want what they want. I've been telling this for a long time. Women want what they want. And at the end of the day, men gonna do what they gonna do. And I'm sorry, he need to mess with that side chick, but he needs to prioritize his family. He should not leave his family for the side chick, but he should prioritize his family and continue to smash and sleep with the side chick on the side.
We said the same thing. Why'd you say you hate YouTube?
Oh, the reason I hate YouTube.
He just wants to be controversial.
How is that controversial? It's not. It's just people lie so much.
At least it's what he believes.
Hold on. I'll give you an example. I don't believe in divorce. That is a YouTube talking crappy point.
No, I've been saying this for years.
That's actually been in the Bible before YouTube.
It's a biblical thing.
Listen, I understand a lot of things been said. Once again, okay, if that's the case, I don't believe in divorce, but she'll give you a reason why she'll get one though, right?
I would never get a divorce, even if my husband cheated on me. No.
Even if he beat you to a bloody pulp and you was holding your eye.
If my life was in danger and I had to go, I would.
Thank you. You're going to find. I know. I'm just saying. You'll find a reason. It ain't.
I won't find it. No.
How many men do that to their women, though? Come on, let's be honest.
The point was this belief thing in said action is like you'll always find a way out. Contracts are made to be broken. That's the whole reason contracts.
Let me get Mr. Scam Likely. Let me get Mr. Scam. Yes, Mr. JC. But okay, you go first, and then after that, Mr. Scam Likely, please.
See, but that's the issue right there. You said it. You said it right there, Aaron. People treat marriage. People treat marriage as a contract. It's not a contract. It's a covenant. It's a difference. A covenant is based on life and death. A contract is based off, oh, what can you do for me? If I don't like that, then you know what? Let me just scribble this thing out and break this contract. You can break it at will. What people tend to forget is that marriage is much bigger than just y'all two. It's way much bigger than y'all two. And this is what men in that scenario that Ameera was talking about, the man as the head of the household, the leader needs to understand that he's held accountable for how he leads his family, not only himself, but his family. Those kids are watching him, how he leads the mother, right? And if he's not making that good example, he needs to sit down, get with other men that knows how to be disciplined and not worship vagina. I'm not going to say the other word for being YouTube friendly, right? And going around and having all these side chicks and worship and putting women on a pedestal, right? Because that's something the red pill talks about, right? Don't put women on a pedestal. But then y'all want to go sleep around with all these women and put women on a pedestal, right?
The situation with one woman.
So,
one.
yeah, no, one
Not
woman.
a lot.
No, yeah. Even with one woman on the side, you're still putting that other woman on a pedestal instead of being responsible towards what you have, right? You have a wife, and children, and you have a side piece, then there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. That man can easily break that off and be responsible to what he has at home and remember what he made, the promises that he made to his wife when they first got married to begin with. Love is a choice. It's not a feeling. My feeling sways every single day. It's a choice. It's actions.
Well, hold on.
Wait 1 second. I want to get Mr. Scam Likely first because I told him I would let him go. For Mr. Scam Likely and then Mr. Bruiser. The situation. You remember the situation, right?
Yeah, the situation.
Man, 20 years, tried to divorce already, but
yeah, man married and he's stuck in a zombie marriage with his wife. Pretty much. He's really checked out. He's just a warm body walking around and he got kids.
Yeah.
If he is able to raise his kids in a good space and able to function, then yes, he should try to stay and work it out. But if he is not, because let's just be real, there's certain traumas that man can't recover from. Or there's certain situations where a man can't be a husband or a father anyway. Roll out. Because you're not going to be able to raise the kids the way you want. She's made a decision to destroy the family. So you might as well save yourself. But going and battling in courts and pots and pans flying in the living room and all that kind of stuff, why bother? The kids are already going to be screwed up and so is the woman. Get out of there.
Yeah, I guess depending on the situation, right? I think you're talking about if a woman ended up, being unfaithful to the man, and then there's all these probably other underlying issues. I mean, to me, I believe that there's always redemption on every single spectrum. But I mean, me being a Christian, I do believe there are prerequisites, like for divorce. Being unfaithful is one of them. So I mean, all I'm saying is this: men gotta be disciplined. If you're married or even if you're single, I mean, stop putting women on a pedestal, dude. You gotta have that discipline for yourself. Be a man. Wait till the right woman that you want to lead and have children with to establish a legacy and make a faithful generation that comes right after you. Right? We're complaining about society, how society is all jacked up because single mothers and this and that. Y'all making the single mothers.
But hold on. I think
y'all?
No, the world, the world saying, "Oh, now we go f this girl, go have sex with this girl, and then get this girl pregnant," because those are consequences of having sex out of wedlock, right? You have the possibility of getting her pregnant, and then boom, you have a child. Then you go to court, and then this, and then you separate, and you were never even married to begin with. Now you have a single mother, then a child that doesn't have a father in the household, and then people talk about how society is all jacked up, but the people that are saying, "Oh yeah, go ahead and do these things," are the ones that are messing up society, and they're the ones complaining about society when they're the one messing it up to begin with.
I want to get Mr. Bruiser to speak his piece, please, Mr. Bruiser.
Listen, all I want to say is, it seems like everybody's trying to push their traditional religious background on how they govern their relationships on the question, when you can't do that. Every household is not following the same religious background.
Yeah, of course.
Some people don't even put religion in it. They just put their freaking common sense in it. I mean, you treat people how you want to be treated. But at the same time, if you're in a relationship for so long and it's not working out, get the hell out. I mean, you can sit here and say you want to restrain your true feelings inside, your genuine feelings inside, just for the sake of a religious document. You can do that all you want, but in the inside, God knows that you don't want to be there. That's no different than being out of the marriage.
See, but that's the thing. It's a choice. But it is a choice. Religion out of it. Religion out of it.
Yeah,
it's
but
still a choice.
You just stated that's a choice. You have a choice. That's the greatest thing that the human species has to separate us from any other animal on the world. We have choice. You take away that, we're on the same playing field as every other species. Because we have choice, we can make a decision based on the better interest of ourselves, our wife, and our kids. And there's nothing wrong with getting divorced. Even in the Bible, it says that although they are against it, you know what I'm saying, you can still do it. It's better to you not be married, period, than to get into marriage and get a divorce.
No, of course. But I think that the issue too, I mean, what people don't do is put things in the priority, right? They think that marriage is down here and then having fun is up here, or doing what I want to do is up here and marriage is still right below me. It's like, no. This is why premarital counseling is so important. And having a good counselor is extremely important, because they can ask you the right questions. Because when you get married, you have to face this question: are you willing to die to yourself or that other individual, to lead that other individual and set an example, right? To lead that other person, because you're going to be held accountable. You're the leader. You're the head of the household. Everything falls on you.
Really quickly, guys. We only have 5 minutes left. I do want to get Miss Kelly in. Miss Kelly, can you give me a wave, please? Give me a sign of life. Perfect. I'm going to get her in for the last 5 minutes. And everybody say their closing arguments, please, within the next 5 minutes. Hello, Miss Kelly. What do you think about?
How are you doing, Ameera? I enjoy your show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What do you think about men cheating? Do you think that all men cheat? Do you think that a faithful man is a fantasy, or do you believe that the women are responsible for men cheating?
So that's a lot of questions. I did want to speak on do all men cheat? I do think a lot of men cheat. I actually asked my father this question before he recently passed away. My father was a pastor, so I heard a lot of biblical references being brought up. So I just wanted to come on and give my opinion. I was raised in a Christian family, and my parents were married for 38 years before he just recently passed. And I asked him if he ever cheated on my mother, because I wanted to know. And he was pretty real and open and honest with me about every subject. So I just point blank was like, have you ever cheated on mom? You've been married this long. And he said, no, I never have. And I was like, well, why? That's the same woman for 38 years. Why haven't you cheated? He said, because my commitment is not to your mother. It's to my Father in heaven. So she benefits from the commitment that I have with God. And I don't want to ruin my relationship with God because I want to step out on my wife. He said, so she benefits from that. So and I asked him, I was like, well, how many men do you think like cheat in this lifetime? He said, well, I would say about 97% of men cheat.
Yeah.
Oh, so all the men here were lying. You guys are liars. You guys told me that most men don't cheat. See, this is why I don't believe men.
Oh no,
This is why.
no,
This
I
is the
said
exact
most men
reason
cheat. No,
why.
I said most
No,
men cheat, but
no,
some men don't. I said
no,
most
not
men
you.
cheat.
No, Mr. Williamson and where's the other one? Mr. Bruiser, there you are. Bruiser, you're the one who told you guys told me no, most men don't cheat. We don't
Hold
believe
on
that
now.
most men
Hold
cheat.
I
on
have a
These
now.
question.
liars.
Has
You gotta
any man
qualify.
on the panel never cheated in their life? Not on a
Hold
girlfriend.
Oh no,
did,
no, I
did Kelly
have.
make a
I
comment
never
about
cheated.
this
In my
in the
past, I
chat?
have.
I
In my
think you
past,
did
I
You
make a
have.
have.
comment
Okay.
about me.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't married at that time.
yeah, maybe not
So you never
now.
cheat.
Yeah,
You never
But
when
it's
I
cheat.
was
not
younger.
cheating if you're not married. Like that's
Oh,
Yeah, that's what
it's
I'm
not
saying.
cheating
We
if
gotta
you're not
like
married.
qualify.
because you
Yeah, we
still
gotta
single,
qualify.
right?
No, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. We're trying to qualify. If I was, we're talking about single, being when we're like 18 years old in high school, then yeah, I've cheated. If we're trying to say it like that, but being married, I haven't cheated when being married.
You never cheat, bro. You never cheat.
Yeah, it's just exercising options.
If you ain't married, you ain't cheating.
Nah,
Now
cheating
we
is
want to
called
make sure the
cheating.
audience have the right information, man. Every case, every scenario is situation based on your relationship. So I mean, just because I've done it in the past, don't mean that I'm going to do it in my next marriage or something. Maybe I've learned, maybe I've grown. I'm not going to sit here and say all men don't cheat or all men do. Just from my understanding, most men who are committed and respect their women and are in a marriage are not going to cheat. But there's, like I told Ameera before, there's certain factors that can come into your relationship that will cause you to do that. I don't care how many times you get on your knees and pray. You're a sinner, you have a flesh. You know what I'm saying? You can always use your relationship, your religious background to try to push your strength on how well you are in your marriage all you want. Sin is sin, man.
But
Okay,
Bruiser, why do you think they use the cheating one as the worst one of all? And you gonna definitely go to hell if you cheat, because even though
We didn't say
you're
that.
sin,
We didn't say
no.
that.
Look, there's
That sounds like a straw man.
It's not a straw
Yeah.
man, because you
I
haven't
thought that
even
was
heard
murder.
you
That
haven't
All
was.
right, go ahead, Aaron. No, go ahead, Aaron.
But
Go ahead,
that's
Aaron.
the thing
You
about
would
people.
condemn if you cheat.
They already have their mindset set up, so I don't have a problem with that. But the point that I'm making is, it's hard for you to argue that there is an emphasis on when someone cheats, that is the worst sin of them all, and we'll focus on that one. But when people do other sins, we'll say things like this. Well, you just have to strive to walk in the light. You have to strive to do the right thing. But if you mess up, you should be able to come back from it. But cheating, no coming back from that one, because that's the worst one. It's really hilarious.
I've
because
never,
that's the
I've
thing
never
people
seen
complain
that.
about.
I've never seen that actually.
I've never seen that. Who are
yeah,
you
that's
talking
not
to
I
true.
that
thought
says that?
suicide,
Like
suicide and murder were the ones.
you say,
that were,
everyone says
Those
this,
don't
but
require
everyone here
relationship.
disagrees.
I got a
And the
question for
way
Kelly.
God sees all
We're
sin,
talking in the context of a relationship.
a lie,
Murder
a
is
cheat,
not
a
in lieu of being in a
steal.
relationship.
No,
it can
if
be.
we're talking about
It can
sin,
be.
the definition of
Okay,
sin,
can I say
God
something real
sees it all
quick?
the same.
Just real quick.
Guys, this is the last minute, and we have
Okay.
to close down.
Someone mentioned something about marriage being a covenant. Do they know that covenants are made in blood?
Yes.
Okay.
Marriage
So if most women now are not virgin, even if they get married, they don't have the blood that you can make a covenant with. So they are married. It is a contract. It's no longer a covenant.
Give us one more minute, please.
You guys are mixing DNA when you get married to make
So
children.
if you so no,
that's a covenant.
the first straw is how you make that.
Yeah, that's why the woman
covenant.
has a hymen. It's the covenant in
Is
sex.
that first straw?
Yeah,
why.
yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
So if
but-
you guys are gonna use the biblical ways and all that stuff, just say marriage. All right, just say contract. You cannot use covenant. Covenant. You cannot use that.
It's a covenant.
It's not. It's not. You would like it to be, but it's not.
I will say it's a
If you're
covenant.
not
Why?
a virgin,
Because
you cannot make a covenant when you married. You are contract. You're under contract.
In spirit, yes. I'm one with my husband. We
you
are
know
one.
what? You know what? And I'll make it quick. You know why it's a covenant? Because it's not the primary. The woman is not the primary person. It's Christ. His blood was shed on the cross, and our marriage is a representation of his relationship with the people that he has saved.
Come on, man.
Okay, all right. I really appreciate.
But that's it. Yeah, that's it. I'll leave it as that. I'll leave it as that.
I just had,
I'll leave it as that.
one question for Kelly. I just wanted Kelly to respond to one question for me before you shut it down.
Go ahead, Mr. Bruiser.
Really, I got a question, and I know it seemed like everybody think cheating is the same thing. So, or do you think that cheating can also be lack of affection or neglecting your partner, the affection they need? Because just having sex, I don't think that's the only thing that causes you to cheat.
You lack thereof, as meaning you're not giving it to your person, or you're giving affection to someone else, but it's not sex.
No, it got nothing to do with nobody else. You're not giving your partner affection.
So I don't think that's cheating, but I think that is a reason that pushes people to cheat.
Okay, so you believe that if you have an understand on what you value as a relationship, and if you don't bring those to the table in a relationship, you can be cheating your partner out of those things. That could be defined as cheating.
Absolutely. So my father, he actually, but this is within a marriage. It's called you're not allowed to defraud your husband, because when you get married, your two bodies are one. So you're like saying, no, you can't have sex with your, like it's his now. You're not really supposed to say no when you're married.
Not allowed to say no in
so to Aaron's point, what I'm saying is sex isn't the only thing giving sex to someone else isn't the only thing that can cause cheating. You can be giving your time and your communication to another woman, making her feel loved, but not putting your dick in her. That is a form of cheating.
Man, y'all hella creative.
Guys, I really appreciate
well,
this.
That should be on another show.
Mr.
Bruiser just dropped the
you
mic,
need a
bro.
whole different topic. My next topic for my next show is probably going to be something like this. Can you cheat without touching? No. Can you cheat without inserting yourself inside another person? I hate. You guys make me say the worst things on this show. I have to go pray now. Like, no.
So that means if you rub it around the edges, it ain't cheating.
Mr. Panderson, please. Mr. Panderson, stop. Good night, guys. Good night. JR, help me.
What's going on here?
What up, big dog?
What's up, Jay?
Yo,
they out of control, bro.
I just keep it real.
That was them, JR.
You call HR?
Aaron said he wants you to teach him how to practice dick discipline.
No. I don't need any practice. I do just fine. I saw your little comment
sexual
about
harassment.
Talking to the ladies.
We got people camming up in
talking to the ladies.
Yeah, I think there was some sexual harassment against Aaron, bro.
You guys made the HR manager come in. Mr. JR, what do you have to say to us?
I'm on the phone with HR right now. Anybody want to write a statement?
You're going to give us some more time.
I want to make a complaint.
I was sexually harassed by Aaron.
We got people camming up in dungeons, man. I don't know
if the super chat dropped $500, we'll give it 20 more minutes.
They be capping. I'm sorry.
I don't have time.
Are you married?
I wish I could. Huh?
Who asked that question? Oh, Kelly. Yeah, I see your comment in the chat. I ain't forgot about that, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say it, but I didn't
want
to embarrass.
No, I know, but most women they've had sex outside of marriage, but they want holier than thou statements. But I'm not married, no.
Okay. You plan on getting married?
Well, that's a good question. And the short answer is I just do what my emotions tell me to do. I'm not a very disciplined person.
Oh, so my emotions
men don't have emotions.
Oh man, come on, Aaron.
I have to go. I really have to go.
No, just keeping it. I'm sorry, Ameera. It's just he said community, but I bet
Aaron, we can have a whole nother show on
Aaron, you're a sleazy politician. Aaron's a politician.
He will make a politician.
Like a good woman, and if you're out there just slinging that thing.
I'm not slinging that thing, Kelly. Like, you probably had more sex than I have in your life, and
I can guarantee you that is incorrect.
What?
You can guarantee it. So you don't
Kelly,
have
you're
children.
married, right?
Whoa!
You have a child.
I have a son.
So you probably had more sex than I have.
With one person?
Wait, how does...
Here's the thing. You want to set
what?
See, yeah, you're right, Ameera. Me and Kelly can get into it as a different time because we don't have enough time. But yeah,
we need to have a number two.
You're talking about not having discipline and just doing whatever you feel and going with your desires.
That's not what I said. See, that's the problem. I did not say that. I'm telling you, this is a reason why someone would do such thing. This is a reason. I don't care about what's right or wrong. I say what is. And
then why are you arguing a point that's not your own?
Why do I argue it? I have never killed anybody, right? As far as we know, right? But I could still argue against that as being right or wrong, or they shouldn't have done this, they should have done that. We talk about perspectives that we don't necessarily partake in all the time. If you get caught on a jury, you can't say, well, I don't have any experience on this, so I can't speak to it. That's not how life works. We actually have to do things like this. I'm not running around slinging community pink. I didn't say they should do it. And that's the thing. You heard what you heard, because women don't want men to do what's in their nature.
Nothing to say if that is the case.
But you didn't hear me. You didn't hear me say I did, though.
If your man sending dick pics on Instagram, is that cheating?
Yes.
Okay, we don't need to have a show about it then. Now we don't.
Why would you do that?
You cheat without having.
Why would a woman want a picture of your? Okay,
that's implied cheating.
Can we please?
Oh my
I have
God.
no more.
Okay.
Today is Sunday, guys. Today's Sunday, and you guys are speaking
Conspiracy
horribly.
to commit cheating.
Yeah, that's implied cheating. Because if he didn't cheat, he might as well have.
This jury has been adjourned.
I call hearsay. I'm not with it.
You're gonna stop shaming men for cheating. Men can sleep with who they want to sleep with. That's how men do what they want.
Aaron, I sent you to 45 days to the incel dungeon.
But
No,
again,
that
I
was-
guess
that was the
I guess
other
my
dude that's an
thought
incel.
process on
I'm not
cheating,
an
if you're
incel.
going to do that, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. Just be free to do your thing. Why be in a relationship and cheat? Why not just be a bachelor?
Because we want to do, because just like women want what they want, men want what we want. We want a wife, we want that life, and we also want this too. We want to do multiple things. And just because you don't like it, oh well, I'll do what I have to do to get the outcome.
I never said I have a problem with
Everyone
No, I
wants it
wasn't talking
all.
about you. I wasn't talking specifically to you.
Oh, I
I'm
never
talking
said
to the people.
My
I know
issue,
it's not you.
My issue with cheating is the fact that a man will go out and dip around and then possibly bring something back. That is the issue I have.
I never
As
said
far
there should
as,
be
like,
there should be consequence. I never said there shouldn't be a consequence for your action. I'm just saying women get to do what they want and
You
like
off the rails.
don't have to suppress no nature. They telling men suppress your nature, but we don't tell women to suppress none of their nature. They get to be hypergamous all they want. Don't shame a woman for wanting a man, the best man to protect her, provide for her, the tallest man, strongest man, etc. Her hypergamy tells her that's okay, and we can't shame that at all. We can't stop it. But a man's nature, yeah, we gonna shame that, and I'm not standing for it.
Thank you guys for joining us.
I'm glad you're
Thank you guys for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Ameera, thank you, Ameera. Ameera,
Yeah,
thank you
thank
so much
you.
for being a good host.
Thank
Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you. Good
I'm so
night.
sorry we had to cut it off today, but I
Bruiser,
appreciate it.
Aaron, Scam, everybody. You guys.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Goodbye. I'll see you guys next
Wrap it
time.
up, Aaron.
JR, what? JR,
Yeah.
what? Oh my God. What happened?
It's just it's one of those topics. It's one of those topics.
Would you ever cheat on your wife, JR?
Absolutely.
Okay, just asking.
No.
You know what?
Nah, I'm just fucking around. Like I kind of missed some of the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know you were here in the beginning.
Where did the conversation take a left at?
When Aaron came on. When
What did
Aaron
Aaron
came
say?
on, it just went.
What did Aaron say?
Came on saying, he kept on saying, it's in a man's nature to cheat. There's nothing wrong with it. Women need to get with it, or essentially, and they didn't. The panel didn't like that. They didn't appreciate it. So,
I think a certain type of man commands a certain type of attention. I don't think every man would, but I don't know. It just all depends on the man, and it all depends on I think we had this conversation on the topic. It all depends on the structure. Actually, on King Talk, we talked about it. So if the man has a conversation with the wife and they have an arrangement, then it's different from somebody going behind somebody's back and doing it. So I think that's the difference. If the man lets it be known in the beginning that this is what he likes, what he likes to do, and the woman agrees, then it's a different story.
I think it could be that there is an unspoken agreement between the pair that they don't get along anymore. They don't really care about if the other is stepping out, I guess.
You see people in the chat saying keep the show going.
I did. I'm so sorry, guys. I have to get going. I really wanted to keep it going because I really wanted to see Aaron and Kelly go back and forth, but I have to get going.
Yeah, nah, I understand. Nah, but maybe you should probably continue the conversation. Maybe you should take a twist with it next week. See which way.
This is I got this topic from my husband actually, and he's the one who gave me this topic tonight. So I think that's why he was watching, which is very strange because why would he ask me if men can cheat?
Oh,
is he trying to tell me something?
I have no idea. But I'll leave that between you two. But yeah, I think it's probably maybe we should probably break it down a little bit more in a different.
Are we still live, Jer?
Yeah, we still live.
Oh,
You knew we was live.
no. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah. I thought they had cut it off like a few seconds ago. Okay, but yeah.
No, that was a nice one. It's right there on top of the screen right there.
Oh, I see. Oh God. Yeah, I see it. Oh goodness. Okay, so thank you guys. I appreciate it. And thank you, JR, for jumping in because we needed some HR support today. We need social services, HR, CPS, everybody, PETA, everybody who's here to protect someone. We needed them here today. So I appreciate you coming in.
No problem. I'm already starting to take statements. I had a few people I'm looking at emails right now. This swamp, especially the people that was on the panel. Aaron already says he wants to make a statement. So,
so what said they want to make
Yeah, and then Scam likely just sent the email too.
Oh no, we
Yeah.
are getting complaints. Oh my God, why is it always on my show that the complaints come? Scam likely. Oh no, I'm leaving. Good night, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us, and we are out. JR, cue music.
Sorry, Scam.
No more. I'm sorry, guys. Good night, guys. Enjoy the tunes.
Oh, come on.
Come on.